2 Kings 5. The man's leprosy healed. Now Naaman, commander of the army of the king of Syria, was a great and honorable man in the eyes of the master, because by him the Lord had given victory to Syria. He was also a mighty man of valor, but a leper. And now the Syrians had gone out on the raids and had brought back captive a young woman or a young girl from the land of Israel. She waited on Naaman's wife. Then she said to her mistress, "If only my master were with the prophet who was Samaria, for he would heal him in leprosy." And the man went and told his master, saying, "Thus and thus said the girl who was from the land of Israel." Then the king of Syria said, "Go now, and I will send a letter to the king of Israel." So he departed and took with him 10 talents of silver, 6,000 shekels of gold, and 10 changes of clothing. Then he brought the letter to the king of Israel, which said, "Now be advised, when this letter comes to you, that I have sent a man, my servant, to you, that you may heal him on his leprosy." And it happened, when the king of Israel read the letter, and he tore his clothes and said, "Am I God, to kill and make alive this man sends a man to me to heal him in this of his leprosy? Therefore please consider what he seeks a quarrel with me." So it was with Elisha the man of God heard the king of Israel had torn his clothes, that he sent to the king, saying, "Why have you torn your clothes? Please let him come to me, and he shall know that there is no prophet in Israel." Then a man went with his horses and chariot, and he stood at the door of Elisha's house. And Elisha sent a messenger to him, saying, "Go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, with your flesh shall be restored to you, and you shall be clean." But the man became furious and went away and said, "Indeed, I said to myself, he will surely come out to me and stand and call out the name of the Lord his God, and wave his hand over his place and heal the leprosy. And are not the Abana, Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? Could I not wash in them and be clean?" So he turned and went away in a rage. And his servants came near and spoke to him and said, "My father, if the prophet had told you to do something great, would you have not done it? How much more than when he says to you, 'Wash and be clean'?" So he went down and dipped 7 times in the Jordan, according to the saying of the man of God. And his flesh was restored like the flesh of the little child, and he was clean. And he returned to the man of God, and he and all his aides, and came and stood before him. Then he said, "Indeed, now I know there is no God in all the earth except in Israel. Now therefore please take a gift from your servant." But he said, "As the Lord lives, before whom I stand, I will receive nothing." And he urged him to take it, but he refused. So the man said, "Then if not, please let your servant be given 2 mule loads of earth, for your servant will no longer offer either burnt offerings or a sacrifice to other gods, but to the Lord. Yet in this thing may be the Lord's pardon your servant, when my master goes into the temple of Rimmon to worship there, and when he leans on my hand, and I bow down in the temple of Rimmon. When I bow down in the temple of Rimmon, may the Lord please pardon your servant in this thing." Then he said to him, "Go in peace." So he departed from him in a short distance. Gehazi's greed. But Gehazi, the servant of Elisha the man of God, said, "Look, my master has spared Naaman and Syrian, while not receiving from his hands what he brought. But as the Lord lives, I will run after him and take something from him." So Gehazi pursued Naaman. When Naaman saw him running after him, he got down from the chariot to meet him and said, "Is all well?" And he said, "All is well. My master has sent me, saying, 'Indeed, just 2 young men of the sons of the prophets had come to me from the mountains of Ephraim. Please give them a talent of silver and 2 changes of garments.'" So the man said, "Please take 2 talents." And he urged him, and bound 2 talents of silver in 2 bags, when 2 changes of garments, and handed them to him 2 of his servants, and they carried them on ahead of him. When he came to the citadel, he took them from their hand and stored them away in the house. Then he let the man go, and departed. Now he went in and stood before his master. Elisha said to him, "Where did you go, Gehazi?" And he said, "Your servant did not go anywhere." Then he said to him, Did you not break my did not my heart go with you when the man turned back from the chariot to meet you? Is it time to receive money and to receive clothing, olive groves and vineyards, sheep and oxen, male and female servants? Therefore the leprosy of Naaman shall cling to you and your descendants forever." And he went out from his presence, lepers as white as snow. 2 Kings ends with 25, and that's an uneven number. I'll read 2 tomorrow. Catch you guys tomorrow.